Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar on drafting wills for farming clients in Scotland. My name is Emily Pike, and I'm a partner at Brody's LLP in Edinburgh. Today, we're going to be looking at several important topics that are really crucial when drafting wills for clients in the farming sector. I just thought I'd start by giving you an overview on what we're going to cover today. So first of all, we're going to look at some broad succession principles. So basically, in the case of farming clients, who is going to inherit and how? We're going to look at some options here. So gifts to one child, gifts to multiple children, and gifts into trust. We're going to move on to look at some legal rights considerations in a couple of cases. So on inheritance, of course, and in relation specifically to partnerships. We're then going to look at some inheritance tax points. So in particular, the reliefs from inheritance tax that affect farming clients in particular, agricultural property relief and business property relief. We're looking at the proposed inheritance tax changes from budget 2024 and briefly on the impact of diversification of farmland on those reliefs. And then I'm going to finally conclude with a brief word on agricultural tenancies, which do often come up, of course, in the case of farming clients. So let's start off with some broad succession principles. And in this, I don't want to try and cover everything that you might want to ask your farming clients. I don't want to go over the basics of will drafting in general, and I don't really want to look at those other issues which might affect clients as humans and not specifically as farmers. So this is really focusing on those issues that might arise for farming clients. So the big question, of course, is who will inherit the farm and how will this happen? Clients may well have their own views on what their will should say, but they really are going to ask you for advice on the legal and tax implications of the various options. So first, what is the challenge in this situation? Of course, if there's more than one child, it's often not viable to split the farm up between all of them. It may well lose economies of scale and not be able to survive. Multiple owners may also lead to cost and complexity in other areas, and may make the day-to-day business of running the farm awkward, if not impossible, to operate.